Hello there, Chad Remington here, your lead expert reporter of the prestigious Diamond Dynasty League. Um, Here with you today for a power rankings, a post week 10, right before week 11 power rankings. Was hoping to see some more trades so we could get some accurate ratings, but we didn't see too many moves. Pretty sad. I think in the following years we'll see a lot more trades during the trade deadline week, um, in the PDDL, but pretty slow, boring week, unfortunately. Very sad. Cried about it last night. Plan we'll do a week 6, and then we'll do week 10, and then we'll do a week 14 every 4 weeks right before playoffs. And yeah, we'll get into it. I don't know if I already said that or not, but going crazy here. Before we start though, I will I was laying in bed this morning, and I was looking at the Dynasty Fantasy Football subreddit. Would don't I would never I would recommend don't take full advice from this Reddit. It's random Reddit people, but someone made a thread. New to Dynasty, getting my feet wet in a midseason Dynasty. Have first pick, 16 team, full PPR, no superflex. Kind of close to our league. And one of the comments said, "You join that Premier League themed Dynasty League? LOL." I mean, I don't know how our league's getting spread across to the masses, but it sounds like it is. Now, I highly doubt he's talking about our league, but pretty funny. Thought it was pretty comical. Such a cool idea. Couldn't agree more. Um, let's get into this. We're gonna try to move quick. We're gonna move a lot quicker than we did. We're gonna try to move a lot quicker. 16 teams is a lot, so don't want this to be like a 15-minute video. We're gonna go. Last time we went bottom all the way up. We're gonna start at the top and go back and forth. So we'll start with the first place in the prestigious conference, Blackout, which is Blackout Brownlee. Let's go over the squad. Russell Wilson returning back from injury is big for this team. Corey Davis, Keenan Allen, Jasicki, it's been very erratic. Raymond and Tyler Boyd being starting to flex. Even Dan Arnold here. Let's see if there's some buys or interest. I know we lost some Derrick Henry on this team. Devontae Booker, Saquon's coming back healthy. I mean, if Saquon does get hurt, would be very, this would be turned back into a very good flex spot. McNichols even's hurt. Crowder, but I don't know, he hasn't really been doing. He's been not the best, but at least a somewhat. Yeah, I mean this team is a very lack of depth, and I'm surprised this team did not make a trade deadline move. Julio Jones being out really hurts this team. It's been out for a while now. I mean this team is a very. I mean there's a difference between a starting team and then depth, right? And then this one is like starting team depth's already leaking into that starting roster, and it's this not great depth here. Um, I'm gonna have to say you're gonna have to fall from the one spot here. This lack of depth. I think you'd be in the 3 or 4 right now, honestly. Dynasty rankings, you haven't traded right picks, so I do think you should have done that. But we're gonna put you right here. I think if we're gonna move you up a spot from the 16 to 15, you do have all your picks. I believe they will be probably late picks, but for each round. We're gonna put you at 15 for right now. I do think there's just still a lot of old players. There's no really young players on this team, which is kind of insane. There's no young ones. Anyway, all right, let's go on. We'll still contend this year, still first place in the prestigious conference. Go to the Diamond Conference. We got the number 1 spot, the Catalina Cockchafers. We have Josh Allen, Zeke, Pollard starting together. I do think this is a good week to do it though. KC run defense sucks. So this is going to work out, I think, for him. Acquired Tyreek, which is a big move. I mean, this is a solid. Tre'Quan Smith, I mean, I'm going to assume he has someone on by. Oh, Todd Gurley. Yep. No. Let's, Melvin Gordon is good flex. Madison might be ruined for another injury. I'm not going to name his name, not going to speak that in existence. That would turn in that happens. I mean, but still a lot of lack of depth. Danny Amendola, always respect him. Just putting up some points. The Antonio Brown injury really hurting him. Logan Thomas should be coming back, I believe. That would be pretty nice for him. Antonio Brown really the huge step up then not being able to just being hurt? Did he fake his vaccine card? I mean, that's going to be a big wild card, right? I do like this squad though. It does. The lack of depth though is might bite him. He did make the move for Tyreek though. I do think Brad deserves this number one spot. He does have a lot of still young players. We kind of fixed our ranking after our initial ranking. Still a lot of young players. He did give up some draft picks, but still has a first, two early seconds. He doesn't have too much in 2023. I mean, I do think since he did give up some picks. I think we're gonna have to move him down about the 5 spot. Because I think next year and this year is gonna be a huge problem. This dynasty ranking is supposed to be about 3 years in the future. With no 2023 picks, we're gonna have to put him down a couple spots. But I mean, there's a lot that he can do to, improve his dynasty. He's got a lot of gunpowder on this team. He can, you know, do some work with. So I think this is a little low, but probably fair. Um, let's go down to we'll go back to the prestigious conference. The Rocket City Trash Man is Kevin Wyland. This squad is honestly, it's looking, well, first three looking good. Pringle, Goodwin, Devonta Foreman, honest, he might be good down the stretch. But McKissick always good in half point PPR. And Joku traded for Conklin. Um, let's see this depth here and how the injuries are affecting him. Uh, Henderson on bye also kind of hurt. Probably good timing though for that. Marquise Brown being hurt. Don't know what's wrong with him, but that kind of sucks. I mean, yeah, just this is the injury bug team. Unfortunately, the good injury bug team. Carson being out this year, losing Robert Woods this week sucks. I believe it was this week. Mozart, will he come back? I don't know what the latest is on him. I don't know if he's out for the season. I don't know what. I need to look up what his. I always forget what his status is. But again, lack of depth here, unfortunately. But this team is, if everyone's healthy, this team like a stud team. I think I'm gonna put them 4 or 5. I think Brown. I could switch you and Brownlee around. Honestly, it sucks that you have such an injury. Like you have a giant injury bug. You did trade away a ton of picks, though. I know you have a first round 2023 still. No second here, a first. No second here. It sucks that he's traded away a lot of picks. So I think I'm gonna have to move you down to the old 16 spot here because you trade away a lot of picks. I mean, it's just bad luck right now, honestly, with injuries, which kind of sucks. But this is what happens when you draft a lot of running backs. This is what you deal with. So I won't go further than that. But it's the Robert Woods was unlucky. But I do think this is a squad that, if everyone remains healthy, can easily win it, make it to that prestigious conference championship game. Um, going on, Charlie Cannons, Steve Mann. Squad here. Tom Brady. I know he's got another stud quarterback in Herbert. So two good quarterbacks. Damian Harris coming back healthy right now is huge. Devonta Freeman. I think he's gonna do all right. He's been, when he plays more snaps, he's been producing enough. So I think, and he didn't give too much up for him. So Mike Evans, Pittman, Kelsey, obviously, I don't gotta say anything about him. Bateman, Pittman, two young running or wide receivers really stepping up for this team. Is you can see it in the points this team is putting up. They're really stepping up. Shout out Jacoby Myers getting a touchdown last week, and we got the old Marcus Johnson. We'll see what he does, but solid starting squad for sure. I don't know if it's on par with Brad's starting squad exactly, but the difference here is that there's depth this team. I mean, Herbert could easily step in with an injury. It still could even be flexed in. Bolden could be flexed in. You know, there was a rough New England Atlanta game. It was just a weird game. So, Sterling Shepard was started practicing. James Washington can be flexed in. These two tight ends do somewhat produce. I mean, it's not like beautiful depth, but there is depth to this team. Aaron Jones, obviously, I just kind of skipped over him, is hurt. I think he'll be coming back, obviously. The injury bug hasn't hit this team exactly like Kevin's team. I do think this squad definitely deserves the second spot here. Yeah, we'll keep going. But as far as dynasty goes, he did give up a couple draft picks. Let's see, but not too much. A second and a third in 2030. So still's got his draft picks. These two, the young wide receivers stepping up. Young running back. Herbert at quarterback. I do think this. Let's see where I had him last time. 11. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna bump him up. Well, we'll bump up one spot. I mean, I think I could go up to even like 7 here for Steve. He's got a lot of his draft picks. I think this is kind of a team that this year great, next year great, third year is going to be some question marks. But I think he kind of handled it type of thing. But it's just going to be interesting. Did trade away some draft picks, but I think this team's still very set for a while. Let's keep moving on. We go back to Matt's neat team sitting at 6-4. Um, Not the highest amount of points for here. 6-4. A lot of 6-4 teams here. All right, it's gonna be a playoff battle. Da-da-da-da-da. So yeah, who avoids Blackout Brownlee in that first round? All right. Anyway, let's go on. Dak, big fan of Dak. Glad to see him healthy. Zach Moss. I mean, technical issues there. Dave Montgomery come back healthy is big for this. Brandon Cooks, Tyler Lockett, Darren Waller, Latavius Murray's big, coming back healthy. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. He's still kind of hurt though, so I don't know how he's gonna do. Saquon Barkley coming back. Um, let's look at this. Let's look at the depth here. I mean, pretty good, solid squad. Not a lot of sexy names. I don't love a lot of these players, but they do produce. A lot of older, I'll say, for the dynasty rankings. There's no like young guys on here at all. Saquon's pretty young, but not a lot. Alex Collins could pretty good flexion out. Even Juwan Howard has been producing. This guy's. I kind of like this guy. No, I don't. I thought it was somebody else. Just kidding. But I think he got a couple touchdowns here. Cole Hardman, pretty solid. Ruggs, just chilling there. Rager's not too bad. Nikon's, big fan of Nikon's, obviously. Let's see. Darrington Evans. We've always had Akers here. Not too bad on the injury bug here. I mean, this squad it's not sexy, but it gets the job done. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Does have pretty solid depth. Sony Michelle even too on Biden. Kind of skipped over here. This team has depth. So I mean, as far as depth goes, which I think is a very overlooked. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna put you right here. I don't know. This is tough. I think these can be like interchangeable in any way. Maybe I'll put you. I might put you here and here. Um, Kevin just battling injury kind of sucks. I think these can be interchanged. Dynasty, I mean, this is a team that honestly could have acquired some stud, traded some picks. I don't know why he sat on his thumb doing absolutely nothing. Could have made a good roster, I think, if he made trade some depth and got some studs, but in the long run, I don't. There again, not a lot of young players. I'll put him at the 12 spot. I mean, they are again. Maybe it's just not sexy to me. The team. This is tough. I probably spent too much time on this team. It's a very tough team for me to evaluate because I don't like any of the players. A lot of the players, but they do produce. So, we'll go on. We'll try and make this quick or keep going quick. Chad Remington blows. Hate this team. Just kidding. Jalen Hurts, Cordarrelle. I always pronounce it wrong. I think it's Cordarrelle. Patterson. He has been producing, but he was out. Not a good look here. But Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs. Not a big fan of Henry Waddle. I'm a huge fan of, and a young stud. Justin Fields. Eli Mitchell's obviously been ginormous. I think he's out this week though. Sucks for him. Javonte Williams, huge fan of this guy, but on bye. Yeah, that's why not a lot of running backs to start this week for him. Bad week. Even Tim Patrick here. Kareem Hunt should be coming back. I do think another team that honestly, I mean right now this not a good week. But I do even Marvin Jones kind of skipped over him. Acquired Gronk recently. If Gronk can stay healthy, I think it could push him. I need to. I think I'd put Aaron here. I like Aaron's team. This is not a good week for him exactly, but for the next future, for the next couple weeks, I think this is where Aaron should be. I think he's at the top of this 4 squad right here, who really very interchangeable squad. I think Aaron's slightly up a little more, but anyway, we'll go on. His dynasty team right here. There are a couple young guys. Devontae and Diggs are on the older side, but they're still stud receivers. Jalen Hurts has been constantly producing, still young. We have Justin Fields too. Eli Mitchell is obviously a rookie. Javonte, I mean, I think he's pretty set up. He did trade away, some draft picks, but not too much. Oh, just kidding. He traded away Ruggs. I forgot about all that. So he's got 2 first. I got to give him credit for having a lot of draft picks here. So we had him at 9. I got to move him up here. I mean, his team's it is working, and he's got some draft picks. I mean, maybe even the 6th spot right here. I'm just kind of throwing, this is a lot tougher to do. Brad does have draft picks too. I don't want to touch back on that, to go back to another team though, but we talked about draft picks when we went over Brad's team. All right, we're going on. He traded away a lot, so which is fine for now. But anyway, Eric, let's get moving. Chop chop. Eric's team has been on quite the tear. Very defensive team right here. Gotta respect it. Love the grinds. Got Lamar Jackson. He's not playing this week, so we gotta move that guy out. Mike Davis, you don't like to see it. Tony or AJ Brown, love him. Higgins just doesn't get in the end zone. Former colleague Brad Barkowitz watched a video about T Higgins. I agree with his recap on Higgins. Aguilar getting Zach Ertz in Arizona. Dallas Goedert. I think he's healthy, so that's awesome for him. Not the sexiest team, but sucks that CEH came back. This would be big if CEH wasn't coming back. Dobbins has lost him for the rest of the year. Again, not a I think there's a couple good guys here. David Johnson. I mean, he even produces. No, man, he hasn't really produced. Oh boy, hit or miss, big hit or miss guy. I don't hate this team. I respect the defensive play of this team as well. Not again, kind of relating to Matt's team, just not a sexy team, but people produce here. So he does have all his picks, right? All his picks here. I don't. Lamar Jackson can, I think a lot of these guys can just go off, and I think we're gonna put you we'll put you at 8 or 9 right now. I think we'll put you at 8 for right now. I mean, nothing against your squad. It's just I don't think it's on the same par as these top 6 teams. And for I think we're gonna put you right at the 8 spot again. I think we'll put you 8 and 8. Right? It's kind of a middle team, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's probably gonna make the playoffs for sure here. So maybe you can throw an upset. Who knows? Going on, Ryan Barkowitz's team. We got Tannehill. How's Tannehill? What am I looking at this? 20. Not too good, not bad. Not really great though. Lenny, big Lenny. McCaffrey's back. Terry McLaurin. It's been like kind of off. Yeah, it's been 5, 8, 9. I mean, I am a giant fan of him, but just not this year with the quarterback play. Deebo Samuel's been absolutely murdering it. This is like insane to me. I never saw this coming. Kendrick Bourne, Kirk, MVS. Not too much depth here, so let's see what's going on here. Not a lot of depth to this team. Not a lot of Higbee on bye. Let's see what injuries. We obviously know about Travis. I'm a huge fan of Travis Etienne, though. I think, in the next few years, he's going to blow up. He has all the draft picks. Not a lot of depth to this team, though. I do think, so I don't really, this squad this year, honestly, getting good points, though. Like, it is producing. There's a lot of good, a lot of good bright spots on this team. It just kind of, kind of falls off, and that's okay. I do think for right now, I'll put you at 10. I think I gotta put you right back there. I think it's kind of a fair rating, but where do we have you before? We had you at 12. I think we're gonna put you in this little. I kind of like your team a little more than Eric's with these, Debo, McCaffrey, Etienne. How old's Fournette? 26 still, not too old. I think there are like even Higby. How old's Higby? 28 on the older side. I'll put you here. I do like. I think a lot of your honestly maybe put you up here. This is gonna be tough. This is probably me and Aaron's team, right? We're gonna go on. I like a lot of young studs on the team when I look at it quickly. Kyle's team. We're not gonna spend too much time on this team. He's kind of trading away, and I respect that he's acquired a lot of draft picks. So let's go over his. Right now, his team's terrible. Actually, it's not that bad. This is probably that was very mean of me to say. Swift, AJ Dillon starting role right now. Devonta Smith's been killing it. You acquired him in the trade. Landry, no comment. Trash. Cole Kmet, slowly producing. Deontay Johnson, not producing as much as I thought he would, honestly, coming this season, but, given good numbers. Pretty solid numbers right there. About as, consistent as you can get there. Agnew had a big touchdown, but, Tyler Johnson, quarterback play, I think Kyler Murray's hurt. Not good for his team. Um, Not a lot of depth this team. He's traded away a lot again. Gabe Davis, I still do like. Not a lot of depth here on this team. Not non-sexy depth again. Devonta Parker's been a big Devontae, sorry, I think Parker has been a big upset. Tariq Cohen just constantly just hasn't played this whole year. I don't know what the heck's going on with him. Has a lot of draft still for 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Two first, 2023, 2 seconds. I mean, a lot of draft picks here. So let's go back. AJ Dillon, Swift, Kyler Murray, Devonta Smith. There's a lot of young studs here and a lot of draft picks. I have to give Kyle like at least this 4 spot. This is probably under. We'll give him 3 spot right now. I do like his team. I think if he can do something with the draft picks, it'd be, his team could obviously be moved up all the way here. If he misses draft picks, it could be down here. So I think it's on him to do that. I think 3 is pretty fair. Going on, D Gaines, Davey Genuit, Delaware Spiders, Taylor Henneke, stud. Just kidding. But let's see. Let's go through this team. Antonio Gibson, love him. Mike Williams has really fallen off, unfortunately. Jeff Wilson, I actually do like him. He should, he should absolutely murder this. Sorry, I didn't know it goes by Jeffrey Wilson. That's on me. Mooney, big fan of. Najee Harris has been undoubtedly the best, rookie running back. So still a couple young guys that I really, really like on this team, but they are running backs. We've already talked about that. Stafford on bye. That's why he's starting any key. This Dearness guy honestly might turn out to be a very good pickup. Hasty, Judy. I love Judy. There is some depth to this team. Actually, Chase Edmonds, even Sam Darnold, just top 5 quarterback, just battling injury, unfortunately. /S, but not right now. His team isn't looking too hot. It's not looking like a hot team, but honestly, like he's putting up points at 135, more than a couple other players. But this is a bad week for him for sure. Honestly, I think this team really isn't that bad. Like I think we can honestly. I think I like Eric's team more than. I don't know. This is a tough team. I actually think I might. I think these 3 can be interchangeable right here. We're gonna move Ryan up. For the future, let's see. I'll trade away a 3rd. Not too bad. I mean, there's a couple young guys that I really like. Again, running backs though. Gibson, Najee Harris. Mike Williams is older. I don't know. Maybe there isn't too many young guys I like on this team. I love Jerry Jeudy though. I think this Dynami Brown, I don't no idea how to say his name. I think he's actually gonna be pretty good too. But for the future, let's see where we put you at before. Put you down here. You know what? I think we might have to do it again. I'm sorry, Dave. Right now, I might just. I mean, I think you deserve it. Oh, we already put you at the 7th spot. I was like, what the? Oh, I'm all over the place. I apologize with that. I like your running backs for right now. I think they're gonna be studs. I think if you have Stafford back, and if Mike Williams turns around, I think this is a squad that can, Could be messed with. Gonna be a playoff battle right here. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. San Diego Stop Roads. Didn't get anywhere. Was a little wrong on this team going this year. Cannot lie. Joe Burrow though, big fan. Philip Lindsay not great. Singletary not great. Cobb not great. Well, did have a really good week, right? A couple weeks ago, 2 touchdowns. JJ, love JJ. Hawkinson has been hurting because of the QB play, right? But I still do obviously believe in the talent. Hunter Renfro underrated. Robbie's been having a rough year. It kind of sucks. Um, Derek Carr, Tyree Jackson. No idea who that is, to be honest. Not a lot of depth to the team. This is a rough bench right here. Yikes. Um, okay, this makes a lot more sense now. Amari Cooper is hurt. Kid Chandler actually a big fan. CH coming back. Juju still injured. There's still a lot of talent. I mean, coming down IR, it's like, oh yeah. Let's see what draft we got. Another second and late second, and still the rest. Again, I still think there's a lot of young studs on this team that can carry. I think they're at the right positions too. Wide receiver, tight ends, a lot of young good wide receivers. Even I agree him in this 4 spot right now. Give him the 4 spot. We'll move him down a little bit. He did acquire a pick though. I do like his young studs. I think more. I don't know. This is a tough battle. I think these top. I think whoever these top 4 is going to be a very switch around type of thing. Um, we're gonna go on. I do like this team for the future though. Try to make this video quick. It's gonna be long, isn't it? Brian McGrail, Patty Mahomes. I think from this team it's just really Patty Mahomes and a squad. But let's go on. Gallup, I do actually really like Gallup. Ayuk has been obviously one of the biggest disappointments of the entire season. You got Kadarius Toney though. Kadarius. It's been battling injury, but obviously a huge promise. Godwin, I think he's still pretty. Yeah, 25, still pretty darn young. Um, da, da, da. Trace run, big. You got, yeah, man. You've hit a lot, a couple disappoint. You've hit like the only disappointments on the 49er side. Pretty unfortunate. Cortland on by, big fan of him. Calvin Ridley just decided not to play. Gus getting hurt. Um, I like your squad, but I think there's a lot of holes. Unfortunately, you have all your draft picks. I do think you'll do good work with the draft picks. There's a lot of holes on this squad, though. A lot of promise, though. Even Brian Edwards, I really like. So there's a lot of weird random players on this squad that I just am big fans of. A lot, and no running backs though. This is no running backs at all. Which is fine. You can find running backs, plug them in. Um, you already have. I mean, the wide receivers are nuts here. The young wide receivers are just full of talent. I think this 6 spot is probably gonna be a pretty good spot for you. Um, so we'll throw you in there. Yeah. Again, I think you know what. If this is 3 years down the road, I'll move Brad down one. Right now, it's not looking good. I think it's really Patty Mahomes and team. A lot of like people that are in Tony getting injured, yada yada type of thing. I'm gonna put you. How many more teams do we have left to review? Jesus, did I miss? I don't know. I feel like I've 10. Oh God, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dude, what the fuck did I do? Well, we're gonna find out sooner than later how I messed this up. Going back up. Do we do both here? Brian. Good. This is not fun to find out. Where's his team? Oh God, we're not gonna spend a lot of time on this team. I hope James Robinson works out for you. That's all I'm gonna say. Acquired James Robinson, gave up a shit ton for him. Could have AJ Dillon here. I mean, the starting roster is rough. Very rough. Jesus, it gets rougher and rougher. Kamara being out obviously hurts. DeAndre Hopkins being out. Allen Robinson out. Cooper Kupp on bye. Yeah, this is a really bad week for him. That being said, I think he gave up an early second rounder. He kept the rest of his picks at least. I mean, there's so much more that could have been. He could have traded away a lot of these guys that are just, and acquired a lot more. Should have, honestly. I wish he would have resold this, kind of sell off this team, started going for the future. But um, a lot of old guys that are battling injury, and I mean this week specifically, I want to put you 13 here. We'll move you up a spot. Oh, we missed Kyle's team. I just realized Kyle's up here. We just went straight. Yeah, Kyle might have the roughest, one of the roughest. We're gonna put Kyle here. All right, I think we're back to at least better. Um, yeah, 15 for Kyle. I think 13 for Tyler is maybe fair. Honestly, it doesn't. These bottom four can probably gonna be interchangeable, right? Um, Tua is honestly looking promising. Um, don't know why I didn't start him this week. We'll just go on. Yeah, I think you should just hold off your team. It's okay. But anyway, this wasn't the team to make a playoff push with. Not trying to be mean. Sorry, Tyler. Love you. Hamps up. We got Chris Shozy. We got Trevor Lawrence, Delvin Cook, Chuba Hubbard. Um, DPJ's honestly been really good. AJ Green on and off, been like hurting COVID and stuff, but now he's, I guess, the number one receiver. Laviscus, big fan of. Lazard, I don't think he's playing. Let's look at this team. The rest of this team. Terrace Marshall, we got Noah Fan on bye. Very good tight end there. Curtis Samuel, come back. Big fan of Curtis Samuel. Hope this guy plays. Um, Not the nicest looking squad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There are some studs on this team though. Let's see these picks here. We got an extra third. We got an extra first from Evan. Oh yes, you trade DJ Moore now. An extra second. Pretty good for the. I mean, that's some nice 2023 picks right here. Two first, 2 seconds. 2023 is really good. On par with like Kyle's amount of draft picks for that year. I I do like this squad again for the future. I mean, Delvin Cook. I think he's gonna resell off. Hot take, sell off Delvin Cook, get something really good for him. I'm surprised he didn't trade him this year. I thought he would. Um, what happened to the good receivers on this team? I thought there were some good receivers on this team that I really really liked. Maybe I might just be skipping over them right now. I do like Trevor Lawrence, and I like DJ Moore. That's probably why I was thinking about him. Chuba Hubbard, I think actually will, eventually he's just gonna have a backup role, but I think he's gonna actually be a pretty solid running back here. I think he trades Delvin Cook for a lot, and I think he's gonna get a good amount for him, and it's gonna turn around this team. So a lot's dependent on that. But what do I know? I think I'm gonna put Chris. I think I'm gonna put him right here in the 7th spot. For this season, team is team's kind of fallen apart, but it's a bunch of people that there's a lot of young people. I don't know how to this. I'm having a tough time evaluate this team right now. We'll put him in the 11th spot. We gotta move quick, right? So. All right, Dale studies. How many more squats? We got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Who the fuck did we miss? Oh boy, this is gonna take some time, isn't it? All right, Dale studies. We're gonna figure this out later. Rough running backs. Mike Carter actually been promising. Absolutely stud receivers. I mean, best young receivers in the game right here. CD, Chase, Kyle Pitts, tight end. Rondell Morris actually started off really well. Not very good right now. Metcalf. Always do like Metcalf. Zach Wilson having a really rough year. Gainwell started off well. Now he looks like he's going to be inactive. Summary. Let's look at these draft picks. He's got 2 late seconds on his own for this year, and then he's got an extra third. So haven't acquired too many draft picks here. I think DJ Chark on injury reserve. Pretty promising young receiver there. Quick recap of this team. Absolute stud wide receiver, stud tight end. Needs a huge quarterback help and a like one running back help, and then this team is high flying. Um, doesn't have that many draft picks though. I think we're putting the two Spire. Not that great this year. We'll go on. I mean, high flying future. It's got a lot of spots, right? A lot of huge spots. I don't think his quarterback scored more than 20. I think two times, more than 20 points this whole season. Let's go on. Da 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 da. Accidentally good. Evan Thays. Cam Newton. Love to see it. Mark Ingram actually is starting right now. Jonathan Taylor crushing it. DJ Moore. Love DJ Moore. Elijah Moore. Freemuth. We really didn't cover this during the initial startup, but I love this tight end pick. I kind of overlooked it because he traded up for it, but I love this pick. I think he's going to be a very good tight end. Like a top, the value that he got for that is, I don't know if he's going to be a top, 2 or 3 tight end, but value is crazy there. George Kittle. Surprised, he didn't make any more moves. I think he could have traded off a little more, like Kittle, but if you believe in him for next year, then Trey Lance, next Patty Mahomes, we're not going to go on this. Even Miles Sanders here. Michael Thomas, Will Fuller, I fucking love Will Fuller, but just unlucky. Um, Again, I really like this squad. I think, the old name accidentally good. He has been winning lately. He's been putting up pretty high points. It's been pretty fun and good or comical to see. I like everything about the squad. Even Kenny Galladay. I mean, he sucks right now, but like there's still some promise even in a lot of these players. Elijah Moore, big fan. There's so many young guys on his team that I just adore. I have to give Evan this top spot for right now. I think the fact that his team's coming together and I like it, like I like the future, is, you know, 14. I think this is probably a fair spot, for his team. No, you know what? No, it's not. No, it's not. We're gonna move them up here. They've been coming together, just coming together. Um, who the hell did we miss? Who did we skip over? Fucking hell. Aaron. Did we skip like one from each? God damn it. You know what? Would be nice to end this video really quickly. Uh, Kevin. 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 Brownlee. Matt. Eric. Kyle. We didn't put Dean here, did we? Kyle. Dean. We didn't put Dean here. Dean. You know, Dean, your squad has been cut in this year. I love your squad, but there we go. All right, who the fuck do we miss here? Dean is here. Warris. We miss Warris here. All right. We figured it out. Sorry about that, guys. Tyler definitely deserved to be in the spot. I'm not gonna even trade old guys, injured guys. Maybe I didn't put him because I was tilted here. All right, we figured it out. Let's quickly put together some tiers here. I think this is extremely self-explanatory. Top 6 teams. There's no doubt about it. I'm gonna put another tier right here. These are guys that will, squeeze in the playoffs, and I think they can make a difference in it. Then we got another tier list here. I think these guys are interchangeable. I mean, yeah, we've already talked about tier lists before, but I think a lot of these guys are, interchangeable. I think, I don't want to put it. I kind of want to put it as tier list here. Maybe it's a little rude, but I think these guys interchangeable. These 4 interchangeable. I do think Aaron kind of is the top. Aaron's like between both these tiers. Dave, Eric, Ryan interchangeable. Christine, Evan interchangeable. And then these 4 interchangeable at trash. For the future, I do. Brad just traded away some draft picks, otherwise he might squeeze in here. I do think if I Steve's tough. He's like right. I'm gonna make a giant one right here. This is just save time right here. I think a lot of these teams are interchangeable. I think Brad's towards us to the top of his tier. Um, and I think Ryan and it's kind of like I could put one right here, like maybe type of thing, like under Eric. But I also think Matt's and Dave's team, maybe I'm a little unfair in those. So I think this is a big tier. I think it's up to them where they want to jump up to this tier for the future. And then these three got to make some moves for the future. Won this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this wasn't too long. Have a great Sunday.